Hey guys, so let's start talking a little bit about regionalism. Oh, my phone's kind of shaking a little bit. Maybe it'll get still. All right, so regionalism. Well, we need to start with President Roosevelt. So, President Theodore Roosevelt was elected in 1932. And I hope some of this helps you guys maybe appreciate a little history. I know when I was your age, history was probably my least favorite subject. And I can even be quoted as telling my parents when I wasn't doing well in history class on, I didn't understand why we had to study dead people. They were dead, so what did they matter? Um, it's not, don't say that because it doesn't sound the best. But when I started to study art history, that made it click for me. That made it interesting because I like to see what the motivation was behind people's works of art. And these works of art that I'm showing you, these are works of art that are being made for the public to be viewed. At that time, that we're not talking about people who are just making some art for their living room and they're just like it's just their little hobby. All of these people that we're studying, this is their profession. So you can just understand that people are seeing these works and they are making them for people to see them, not someone who does a little painting and they put it in their room and maybe their friends come over and see it but no one else really sees it. Like, these are professional artists that are working. All of these people that we are studying, they're not even in the aspect of they became famous when they were dead and they really didn't get any notoriety for their work while they were living. No, this was their job and their profession. Okay. But when President Roosevelt was elected, he had a platform. It was called the New Deal. And his platform was to, the whole purpose of it was to get America out of the Great Depression, for us to get America back. And one of the major parts was to get as many people working as possible. So he had the America Works program. I think that's what it was called. But within that program, he had the Federal Arts program. And this worked with just whoever would fit under the umbrella of the arts. So we're not just talking about painters, but we're talking about musicians, performers, writers, anyone that would fit under that umbrella. They were getting paid to make works. And so so this was all different. So let's just focus on the visual artist. They were actually paying artists to do murals, sculptures, different types of just easel paintings, which would mean it would be movable. A mural's on a wall, so it's not movable. It's going to be permanent. And some of these murals are still around today. There's even post offices in Arkansas that have some paintings that were done during this program. It's been a long time since I've went on and Googled it, but there's actually a list somewhere that you can Google and you can travel all through the state of Arkansas and look at murals that are in different post offices. But they'd be in post offices. They might be in community centers. They might be in government offices. Different places that we're going to get a lot of people that we're going to see them. Okay. And the whole idea of the work that they were creating, because they couldn't just do whatever they wanted to, but the idea had to kind of show like shared values of America's progress. So they were to inspire hope and to show that we were making progress in a positive direction. Okay. So Thomas Hart Benton, he did murals through this program. And so not all of his work that you're going to see was done through the program, but even the work that he was doing at the time fit under that idea. And so many of the artists that were working with the Federal Arts Program, they were working in the style of regionalism. And regionalism was to show America, and it was pretty local, to show America in everyday life that everyday people would understand. And they were kind of moving away from these European ideas of what was art. And so you're going to see that they have different styles necessarily, but the ideas are the same. Because even Grant Wood, he painted American Gothic. That's a really famous regional piece. American Gothic's the old man and the old woman in front of the White House holding a pitchfork. He has a much more realistic style, where Thomas Hart Benton's is kind of curvy, has really vibrant colors that are much brighter than what you would see in realism a lot of times. Almost a little cartoony at times, Thomas Hart Benton's work can be. So here's your assignment. Okay, I want you to create photographs that work kind of under this idea of regionalism. So the imagery that is going to speak to the everyday person to you is different than what it would have been to Thomas Hart Benton. Artists who were working then, like Thomas Hart Benton and Grant Wood, they showed a lot of rural America. They were showing a lot of farmland, a lot of people who were working on the farms, but they also showed cityscapes, lumber mills. But those were things that would have been very common imagery for the people of the time. Our common imagery has changed. And even for people who live in different areas, it's changed. So within your photographs, I want you to artistically capture, so don't just snap something, like really think about its composition, and what you're trying to speak for the viewer. But I want you to try to capture an idea of something that shows hope and shows us moving in a forward direction. Okay, so it fits under that regionalism idea. And I want you to also write and express like why you felt like this image was the image that you wanted to represent and what it represents in connection to regionalism. Okay, so I will type out these instructions too. I'm going to give you 2 days to get this done, Wednesday and Thursday. We're out of school on Friday. So we'll see what you guys come up with. I miss you. It's very weird talking into my phone, and my hair is so long. Look, I'm getting sideburns. I can't even hardly fix it. So, I'm just stopped trying. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying some time off from our busy schedules that we normally have. I hope you're getting some extra sleep. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye guys. I love you.